tutorial series on Rise to Ruins. Now that the game has hit full release, I'd like to say congratulations to Raymond, the sole developer of the game, on going from early access to full release. Also, in the past, I have made videos on this, but they're horribly out of date now as they don't include hunting or trash, and a couple other things. That's the reason that I stopped making them and I never continued the series, was because I was waiting for all the new stuff to get released. That being said, we're going to go ahead and start again, kind of rebooting my old videos with this. That being said, we're going to go ahead and start the game off. We're going to go ahead and select a new profile. We're going to select Survival. You can play on Traditional. If you play on Traditional, the corruption doesn't spawn until the second day, giving you a little bit more of a head start, and there's a lot less monsters that come. Now, where I recommend starting is either the Quiet Forest or Sandy South. For the sake of the video, and for anybody that's new or having a lot of trouble getting their first village going, we're going to start off with Quiet Forest. The reason for that is that it comes with everything we want to start off with super early in the game. And by that, I mean we're going to place our camp up here in the top section of the map, where we have a mining facility, one house, and a lumber shack, along with a farm already. So we're going to go ahead and place this about here, but I'm going to move it one tile over. The reason for that is I plan on destroying this fence, and I need a little bit more of a gap. So 1, 2, 3, so we want to leave at least one gap here, and somewhere where this fence, this road here, comes straight in. Once our villagers start spawning in, the first thing we're going to want to do is start reclaiming things. First thing we want to reclaim, lumber shack. That way we can start getting our wood. While we wait for that, I'm going to go up here and change some of my spells around to my favorites, which include Bolt. Motivate Land I leave intermittently. Healing Aura I almost always change to Labor Golem. And Recall I leave. I'm going to go ahead and let them build this up. And the next thing I want these guys to do is we need to get some water going, so we're going to make a well. We're going to place that well right here. We're going to wait for them to finish that. While they do that, scroll around the map. There's the corruption. Oh, there's one of the little loot boxes. So we'll move this somewhere. Over here is fine. We'll look around to see if we can find another one of those little crystal sparkly spots. I don't see any. Alright. Actually, the first thing you really should do is go here to click Harvest Wood and just select a bunch of wood in these areas for these guys. Just going to select a bunch of it. We're also going to click on Harvest Rocks. Click on a bunch of these rocks. That way they start to harvest these. I could just make this thing bigger and just select a bunch of it all at once. I just haven't gotten around to it. I also want to select crystals. Max that up a little bit. Select all these crystals here. Select these crystals. Select those crystals. Select those crystals. Select those. Actually, let's unselect those. I don't want them going for those. Alright, now they're going to start trying to reclaim this. Once they claim this, we're going to go ahead and drop one single worker in here and have him start collecting wood for us. Also, while we wait, we're going to go ahead and summon in one Labor Golem. He will help to move materials around. We're going to click on Recall, which ports everything that's on the map in an area to us. The reason we're doing that now is we're just going to go over here and help ourselves to some of their stone. By clicking there, it'll teleport all of their materials into our area. You will see that whenever I have downtime and I have a bunch of influence floating around, I'll often come down here and use Recall to take stuff from the corruption, because why not? It's there, it's free for us to take. Okay, we're going to assign one worker in here, and we're just going to leave the maintenance limit to the storage. Next, we're going to get this well going up, and we're going to want to get this farm, this house, and this mining facility. We really want to get this well up. Now, if the well is there, one water master, sorry. we're going to let these guys continue to start doing various things. We also have to plan out a little bit far ahead. I'm sure you know if you play the game, the first night can be particularly rough with all the zombies coming in. If you use up all your influence early on, they'll just overwhelm your base. Or it's not really a base, it's a village. I keep saying base. One big problem I have with starting up here, these fences that are built in limit where you can place things. See how I can't build anything up here? That's because all this fence is in the way. So as I have the time and the freedom, I want these guys to go over and start removing these things. But right now, I have other things for them to do. If I select this, that's going to become their priority. And I don't want that happening right now. I want this farm built. I want this facility up. I want this house up. And also on the first day, I want to make sure that I upgrade this camp to a large camp, just to increase my range and my building slots. But housing, the first thing what I used to do in my other videos was I made enough houses to house everybody. So 4 per person, so 4, 8, 12. I would need a total of 4 houses to house everybody properly. That uses up a lot of material. So instead, what we're going to do is once this is reclaimed, we're going to make this into a high capacity house and then build another regular house above that soon after. And to help this go along, you can click this little hand here, click in these, and help bring materials yourself. Oops. Oh, I can't. I'm dropping it on there. It says it needs 3 more. The only reason it's not taking the wood is because people are actually on their way right now with the material. The farm is done, so we'll go ahead and select 1 farmer. We'll come down here to the bottom, select harvest food and water. I'm just going to go ahead and select a whole bunch of this, all of this, a lot of this water here, this little bit of food, all of this water and this food. Select some of this food here. There's a bunch of food down here. There's also some more food over here. Now, it's kind of risky to let them come down this far to get the food. But once you get your food production up high enough, you won't need to worry about them coming down there. The biggest problem is that if they wander too far down in these areas, the corruption will come over and start attacking them. Speaking of corruption, let's take some of their wood. And also, I like to browse around the map when I've got a little bit of downtime to see if I can't find any of those little things that'll give me keys and boxes. It doesn't appear to be seeing any. I already selected my crystals, I did. Alright, well. First thing, upgrade this to high capacity housing. Once this is done, we're also going to assign 1 worker. Come on, build this. Damn it, come on, build that. Upgrade this camp. One of the first other things I'm going to start doing here is placing large fire pits. This is to help me start building out in these directions. First night you want to be building up is a fence. Also, see how I've destroyed this? Now I can build everything up here. I also want to get rid of at least 1 piece here, probably 2, so that way the miners can move in and out of this area without having to go down and around. The problem with destroying this stuff is we get a ton of trash. Trash is a problem now in the game because if you have too much trash build up, it spawns trash slimes, and they just start intermittently attacking you. Now with walls, we're going to need these to get done. So what we're waiting for is... Hello, did I not take a worker out of there? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead to when this stuff is updated and when these are built, and I'll show you what to do with all of this. Alright, now that they've finished a few of these things down here, I click on up here in Civics. I'm going to make one of these. This gives you organizers, which will help get things around very, very quickly. I'm going to place one of these right here. But I'm going to make this as a low priority right now. This is bottom of the list. In the meantime, the camp is upgraded. The housing is almost done. And now we're not going to have enough housing for everybody. When this is done, it's going to support 12 people. 2 people will still be homeless, but that gives the majority of our workforce the chance to at least take a break. Get some water and everything else. 2 people, we can let them suffer for another day. Now that these couple fire pits are done, come down here, select walls, wooden fence. 1 piece here. 1 there. Just gonna go ahead and build this across like this. This will stop them from coming in on this side. We're gonna do the same thing over here. Wood fences are just mostly temporary. The whole idea is to get all this done so that I can start building a first perimeter wall. Now there's a wild doggo. You'll find these periodically spawning in the map. Click the grab button, bring it into your village, drop it in the middle. It'll stop and it'll talk to your villagers now and then, and if it talks to them enough, the dog will join the village. If it does, we'll have to build a doggo house for it. But for the meantime, it's alright. We can get by. Just maybe letting it get tamed faster. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead to when this stuff is done. I don't have a whole lot of other plans. We're just getting ready for the first night at this point. Alright, this is a bit ahead of time. Now this is about to finish, but I've also noticed hiding right here is a loot box. There's a little sparkly thing. Now, I thought we had a key, but I guess it decayed, or I used it. I'm pretty sure it decayed. Or that or somebody picked it up and stored it somewhere. But I don't have any storage for it right now. Anyways, once this is done, I'm going to go ahead and assign 1 worker to that. The reason organizers are so nice is that they help move things around when areas need it, versus just when it's required. Like, builders will only use things, they'll only go and get wood when they need it. But if this building is ready to be built... Oh, this guy's stuck over here. Hold on. There we go. Anyways. Like, this needs a piece of wood to be built. A builder has to go and chop down a tree or get a log and bring it over there, but an organizer will do that ahead of time. So it helps speed things up a bit. It's basically like what I just did, just dragging and dropping stuff into it. And eventually our worker will get over there. I think it was the guy I just picked up and moved. Sometimes when you build things like this right here, as a little bit of defense to stop them from walking into the base, they get caught on the other end. Now chests don't ever decay, and I don't think the keys do either, but I don't remember where I put the damn thing, unless I was thinking of... Alright, now on your first night, I'm at dusk. I'm not at nighttime quite yet, but I'm getting close. There's a doggo here. Let's grab him, drop him in the village. Everybody gets a little confused when they see a flying dog. That's okay. Let's build that. Alright, looks like they finished all of this. First thing we want to do now is start building our first bit of the labyrinth. We want to do that as far down as we can. So we're going to let them come in, starting down here. Oh, the doggo joined the village. How nice of him. Alright, we're going to start the thing here. We're going to come in... Let's have it start all the way over here. Right here. Alright. Just like that. Okay, now they're not going to be able to do much. There's not much we can do about this right now. We can summon in a holy golem, which will use up most of our influence. It'll summon a golem that will fight all the monsters as they come. Or we can just grab them and drop them into this Cullis gate to sacrifice them. I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. Just to get through our first night. Some people will say you need to focus on trying to get a turret up the first day. Oh, I forgot to seal in this hole. Damn it. Priority. Grab. Pick him up. Drop him in there. Problem solved. Pick him up. Drop him in. You can sacrifice, I think 4 of them very quickly, and this thing won't overload. But any more than that, I believe it sparks and starts catching on fire and all this other kind of stuff. Now we can help this along by grabbing logs and dropping them in, but it seems that there's already workers bringing logs, so it's not taking the resource. With that in place, it's going to force the monsters to want to come up and around this way. Eventually, we'll force them into this labyrinth. But for now, the whole first night really just consists of making sure that these guys don't sneak into your area and start destroying your stuff. Grab him. Into the gate. This guy's running away from what? I don't know. He's panicking from probably seeing the zombie floating through the air. The problem with when your villagers get scared is they drop what they're doing and they just run around like an idiot for a while. And then this guy wants to run all the way home. Sometimes you can stop that by picking them up and dropping them, but they often continue to panic until they go all the way home. So we'll just drop him off here so he can run inside, pee his pants, and come back to work. That's basically how you'll get through the whole first night. The night's only about almost halfway done, and that's literally all I'm going to do here is just continue to sacrifice these guys. You can drop them in there. The alternative is to pick them up and go really far down the map and drop them off somewhere that's inconvenient for them, that's going to take them a long time to wander all the way back. Oops. See, he's going to have a long trek to get all the way back in. Oh, that's done. Good. While we wait, summon in another labor golem and let him start doing some more work. And we can continue to plan what we're going to do next. So, for me, everything is unlocked in the game right now, which is something I don't know if I've mentioned yet or not. But everything in the game is unlocked, so it's really up to you on how you want to build things and where you want to go with it. But obviously, doing something like going into refining or going into manufacturing and being like, I want to make a tool smithy right now. Yeah, you can, but without a forge or a lumber mill, it's not going to go anywhere. Because you need those as a support, as it even lists it there, as a required support. So even though you can build everything, there is definitely a build pattern that you need to go with. We're going to go ahead and skip ahead to daytime, and I'll show you where I would like to go with this next. Hey, past me, this is future you in editing. I'm going to go ahead and cut you off right there. Instead of continuing this video, we're going to go ahead and end it to try and keep them within the 15 to 20 minute range. Now, if this video has helped you out, that's great. I would recommend watching the next few videos I'm going to release to show you what I recommend you should be doing for the first few days. And then we'll just keep going on and on beyond that. So, again, hopefully this is helpful to you, and feel free to check out the rest of them. They'll all be linked on the sidebar and in the post-video credits that are coming up.